she's calling us out that we're contradicting ourselves. I need you to pay attention to that, gentlemen.
12 programming to compete against men. Nothing these women been taught, and then y'all can do it anyway. Because guess what, y'all,
that doesn't make sense.
y'all gotta do all
Right.
this.
Well,
All right, Anton, back off. But he's, to his credit, he does catch this kind of stuff sometimes. Okay, but I need this to play out clean. Okay, thank you, Anton.
Go to college, y'all do all this, and then.
And these are sizable books. They're minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3 times author, and those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that. All right, welcome back. So let's talk about Courtney Michelle. I am Courtney Michelle, right? She has a platform on YouTube. Go ahead and follow her. She has some great content. She is still part of the Lapeef network, which I am also a fan of. So there's this video here that I feel like we're going to learn a lot from. I'm going to play it, right? And we're using this within the fair use guidelines. So let's get to it.
I had a couple questions for you. One is, do you think that someone can bring out the best in you?
More details, please.
Like a person, you're in a relationship with a person. Do you think that there's a person that can bring out the best in you?
Yes.
So you do believe that someone can bring.
This was a setup. He didn't get it, right? Do you think someone can bring the best out of you? She didn't say. I guess this will fall within the gender war topic, right? She didn't say, do you think a girl can bring the worst or the best out of you? She didn't say, do you think a guy can bring the... She didn't say none of that. She made it generic, right?
Bring out the worst in you.
Yes.
So do you believe that a man can bring out the most feminine in a woman?
Nope.
Nah. Not if she's on a like I said, if she's on a trajectory.
Nope.
No, just listen what I'm saying.
Okay.
She on a line graph logic.
I'm listening.
She's listening.
Not if she was. See, y'all deny the simple facts, right? That these women.
Wait. Y'all ignore the simple facts. No, she gave you a simple question, you answered, but somehow the rules of that question is about, you're about to move the goalpost, basically. Let's keep going.
I'm just saying, look,
You ain't answering my questions now.
These women are raised to be like me.
Wait, anytime you find yourself as a young man saying this women, I keep saying that. See, it's not about that. It's just something. There's a correlation that I've noticed, right? I could be wrong sometimes. Trust me, I could be wrong, okay? I'll be the first to tell you when that happens. But so far, I'm not wrong. People that tend to start their statement with these women, they tend to actively be engaged in the gender war. Now, I like Mr. Logic. He is the gift that keeps giving when it comes to content, right? So you can't make this up, right? These women, let's see what these women have done this time around. Let's go back a little bit.
Not if she was. See, y'all deny the simple facts, right? That these women. I'm just saying. Look,
You ain't answering my questions now.
These women are raised to be like men, to compete against men.
They're raised to be like men. Now, I'm not disputing that. That's true to some extent. It depends on what we're talking about. We need real life examples, right? But of course, in this space, we often find ourselves talking in generics and worst case scenario only. Generics or general or worst case scenario. We're either talking in general or we're talking in worst case scenario. We never bring up the best case scenario, right? All right, let's keep going.
Men all their lives.
So you're not answering my question.
No,
so
it's not.
You believe someone can bring out the best in someone, but you don't believe that a man can bring out the most her femininity at the top degree?
No, because at some point
How is it? How are the two different?
it is different.
All right. So one of the problems that I have with this point is that the ladies, let me say the ladies. I don't want to group them against each other. But particularly Courtney seems a lot more calmer and patient in getting the answer out of him, right? And it seems like he was about to lose his patience earlier, right? All right, granted, it's entertainment, right? But nonetheless, these things are real. Cap, okay? These things are real, okay? Okay, it's not that deep, but it's still entertainment, okay? We can still learn some lessons from this. Just watch his mannerism, just watch his demeanor, and watch that. It seems like Courtney is trying to bring the structure, safety, and security into this conversation. She's the one actively trying to do that, okay? And he's talking about, we're talking about femininity right now, right? We're talking about masculinity and femininity, right? Let's keep going.
Because at some points, it's nothing left in these chicks.
But no, because it's a contradiction. If someone can bring out the best in you, that means, as far as in a woman, that means a man can bring out her femininity out more.
I mean, based on his admission earlier, that's what he said. That was his answer. Yes. And then he said yes a second time. Can somebody bring the best out of you? Yes. Can somebody bring the worst out of you? Yes. Now, granted, femininity and masculinity are not necessarily best or worse. It depends on what we're talking about. It depends on what context. Those things are not about right and wrong. They are just energy. Masculine energy, feminine energy. They can be misplaced, and then you have chaos, right? All right, so let's keep going. So it's not necessarily best and worst. Just wanted to point that out.
JR.
Do you see what I'm saying? So you're contradicting yourselves.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you.
I love singing, and vaping was affecting my ability
All right,
to
they're
do
getting
that.
paid.
I
Let's do
would get
that.
Short of breath.
These women are programmed.
I mean,
Well, if that's the case, then
These women are programmed. Forget the fact that we're all programmed by society, social constructs. Forget that. These women, let's just laser focus on this woman. They are programmed, right? All right. So, and somehow they are programmed to be masculine only, right? First of all, that's false. There's no such thing. Every human being has masculine and feminine in them. The social construct that we live in permits men to be more so in their masculine energy because, they are more so in their essence, not just that, also from a biological standpoint, right? For the women, social constructs are more so accepted when they're in their feminine energy, meaning they can receive and multiply. They're not expected to bring anything to the table in terms of structure, security, safety, provision, all of the above, right? But things are changing. And we're watching it right before our eyes, and that's why you're seeing the gender war. You can tap that all the way back to too much information. When people know too much, they start to think that they know more than God, right? Let's keep going on both sides, by the way.
and there's
Wait, you gonna let me answer though? I'm telling you. All right, from when these young women is in kindergarten.
So try your best next time you're having a conversation. Yes, I'm teaching you and policing you how to talk. Yes. Okay. That's what you come here to do. Okay. Try your best next time. If somebody talks over you, even if it's a man, okay, let them talk. If you're really that much in a rush, just get out of the platform, get out of the stage, get out of the context, right? But if you're having a conversation and they have something to say, it seems like they're talking over you. The best way to showcase your power, your emotional power, we're going to talk about that, is to let them shut up and let them talk. Whoever talks first when they're talking over themselves loses the battle. It's the same thing in sales. It's the same thing in any kind of relationship. You have to learn how to be okay with this. Okay, I'll let you finish. Just say, I'll let you finish. Okay, yeah, finish. I'm hearing you. Once they're done, all right, then you can say something. It doesn't matter if it's man or woman, especially if you're a man talking to a woman, right? If you attach your sense of power to who talks first or who talks louder, you lose that battle that really never existed in the first place. Just keep that in mind.
They're programmed to compete against men.
Raise my camera up.
They go through K through.
They've been programmed to compete against the men in society in terms of from a professional standpoint. But we know something, they're still not competing. I mean, it's part of the manosphere talking points that women are not going to come to the factory and do some of the heavy work. Most of them are not going to become a plumber. Most of them are not going to become a construction worker. We say these things, but then we forget to remind ourselves when it's time to have to prove something else, right? But let's keep going, okay? They've been programmed so much, but yet they avoid construction worker, right? And plumbing work and building society from a physical standpoint, right? So we're contradicting. See, Courtney is calling out, she's calling us out that we're contradicting ourselves. I need you to pay attention to that, gentlemen.
12 programming to compete against men. Nothing these women been taught, and then y'all can do it anyway. Because guess what?
Logic,
Y'all
that doesn't make sense
y'all gotta
though.
do all
Right.
this stuff.
All right, Anton, back off. But he's, you know, to his credit, he does catch this kind of stuff sometimes, okay? But I need this to play out clean, okay? Thank you, Anton.
Go to college, y'all do all this, and then
That don't make sense though, because what Courtney is saying is,
it says
you said you
All right, so this is the point where we say Anton is pandering or he's being a simp because he's simply about to support a woman, right? All right, I'm just, hey, let me keep my foot on your neck, manosphere, okay? Allow me, thank you. All right, let's. So he's making a point there. I just want him to back off because I need Mr. Logic to fall flat on his face on this particular topic right here, right?
you said that a woman can bring out the best in you, but you can't bring out the best in her. So you saying it's only one way?
no,
Pretty much.
no, it's not one way. But what I'm telling you is when something is programmed to do something,
Something, not women compared to something. What is it, like this thing programmed to give me some word? All right. So, but let's keep going. I guess it's a stretch. Okay, she just meant someone programmed. Okay, all right.
they program to be that way.
Okay, well, take the programming
They're
out
not
of it.
computers.
No, Courtney, we can't take the programming out of it. This is Mr. Logic talking. He's speaking logic, all facts, no emotions, right?
Because the same person
Yeah.
is, and this is okay, you can take the programming out of it because if you're saying that someone can bring out the best in someone, that's period. So if a woman can bring out the best in you and you can bring out the best in a woman, then the program
Accept your femininity, okay? Accept that part, Courtney, all right? Accept that part.
doesn't have to do anything.
Yes, but what I'm telling you, in a lot of these women, that what you're talking about, being feminine, it don't exist in them.
All right, being feminine don't exist in a lot of women. Here, all right. So I want to do something really quickly. Let me do this really quickly. Let me pull up the definition of femininity because I think this is important at this point. I've been saying it forever on this platform. Well, not too long ago, but I think at this point I should just put it here because I've heard a few times over the last few days. People misusing that word, right? All right, but let's see. It says femininity, or called womanliness, is a set of attributes, behaviors, and roles generally associated with women and girls. Okay. All right. So femininity, I think, a lot of time we're alluding to feminine energy, right? But this is a dictionary meaning, right? Okay, we are seeing this in Wikipedia as well. Let's see. It's also some evidence that some behaviors considered feminine are influenced by both cultural factors and biological factors. Okay, so generally associated with women and girls, right? Generally, right? All right. Now let's check out feminine energy. Feminine energy refers to a specific set of traits. Okay. So feminine energy is considered to be the opposite of traits associated with masculine energy. Your masculine side gets expressed when you're working toward a goal, making progress, getting things done. All right, so that's not too. Let's see. Let's go into this right here. All right. So because of the social construct, here's what we find. Because of the social construct, the feminine energy or femininity, right, is associated more with the female gender. But that's all cultural, I guess, social, and biological from a biological standpoint, right? So there's some feminine energy, but from a psychological standpoint, right, the feminine energy is designed to simply receive and multiply. Okay, receive and multiply. So that means the masculine energy, whatever it wants in terms of coming from the feminine energy, must be provided as a seed first before it can be received and then multiplied and then reciprocated. That's just the way it works. If you need more evidence, that's what I do here. I basically showcase that from time to time. But let's watch this play out. Now, she's supposed to be the woman, and she's probably more comfortable being in a womanliness, right? The femininity, right? Energy, right? The feminine energy. But right now we're saying, no, she's supposed to produce femininity by herself, regardless of what's going on in society, regardless of how the masculine energy presents, regardless if there was presence of masculinity or not. What he's saying is that the society has programmed more women to be more masculine. That may be true to some extent at a professional setting, professional level, but from what I've seen so far, I've been around for 42 years, right? My adult life, a little bit more than 20 years, right? What I've seen so far is that is absolutely false at all levels when it comes to romantic context, okay? Most women, not all, there's always exceptions to the rule, Mr. Logic. We know that from a logical standpoint, right? But most women absolutely naturally want to submit, receive, multiply, and then reciprocate. See, the problem is that, reciprocate is all the way at the end of that cycle. The problem is that we're looking for reciprocation. We're looking to take as soon as you engage a woman, right? And this is what we mean when we say, hey, most of them are raised to be masculine. Well, if you show up a certain type of way, you're arguing with women, you're competing with a woman at any level, right? You're competing with her, you become equal to her. And of course, if you're equal to her, you're confirming what you just said, which is she's been groomed to compete with you, especially if you're helping her, right? So again, this conversation is an example of competing with a woman. No, she's supposed to bring femininity, right? As opposed to like, wait, I got power as a man. As a man, hopefully I'm in my masculine frame. I have the ability to pull femininity out of this woman, right? But of course, most modern men, they're not that enlightened. It's either they're not that enlightened, or they don't have the skill set, or they have some bad experiences and they're not willing to heal properly. All right, let's keep going.
So what's the best in a woman?
It's what I'm saying.
Logic.
So you don't. It's logic.
All right, hold on. Hey, wait.
Now, you know what Anton is saying? I don't know, logical. Anton, like myself, I don't like disagreeing with men. I try to be on code, but it's extremely difficult in this space. It's extremely difficult in these times that we live in to be on some random stupid code when I know that it's completely off, right? So you see, Anton, it's not really comfortable. I don't know, logic, right? That's how I feel most of the time. Just so you know, okay?
Hey, let me just.
Kayla.
If you don't let me finish, you won't understand what I'm saying. So you'll just rambling, you know what I'm saying? Roll at me. These women has been programmed.
No, you've been
Like
saying that same thing 5 times.
Okay, because
You said it
apparently
5
you're not
times.
getting it. So
Okay, so now Kayla Kayla is she's beautiful. She's been in her feminine energy. That's what a lot of people call feminine energy. You don't even know her, but you're calling just because she's quiet, feminine energy. Oh, anywho, right? She's been in a feminine energy based on most people's interpretation of what that is, right? But the masculine is about to come out because you're repeating yourself. You're not bringing any kind of core to the conversation. You sound like you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So now, naturally, she will need to bring that structure, safety, security into the equation. When she feels the need to do that, we call that masculine energy. It's not wrong. It's just what will naturally happen when a woman doesn't feel safe and secure around you. You can translate that to romantic context as well. Same thing. Okay, but even in simple conversations like this, you can see it play out. It's neither right nor wrong. It's just what we're looking at. It's the result you're creating with your own mouth and your own energy. It's very simple. Okay, let's keep going. Almost done.
Y'all be weak in the knees. Stand up.
All right, go,
Yeah,
go.
stand up. Make your point. Make the point.
And guess what? And this right here shows that you've been programmed to do exactly what you're programmed
Really,
to do.
Logic? I'm trying to say something.
Oh, wait. The way I just called this out, he's calling her out. This right here, you've been programmed. Yes, stop the cap. Stop the cap.
Then you talking about
I'm just
rambling
telling
on,
you.
but you've been
You saw
rambling
this
on
right here.
for
You-
like
Well,
30 minutes.
Like that.
Or Mr. Logic, it could mean that the same way that someone can bring out the best, someone can bring out the worst. So maybe.
All right, so again, Courtney, the champion in this conversation, she's actively trying to help this dude. She's bringing the structure, safety. She's actually in a masculine energy. Women are generally, like we just read earlier, supposed to be in their feminine energy, not feel the need to help you align your thoughts. But she's active like, wait, let me see. Like, see, when a woman is in a cerebral, right, that's masculine energy, by all means, okay? Because naturally, she right, you know, if I'm not at work, why should I need to use my brain? I'm just having a conversation, fun, varieties. We just need to fly like butterfly, right? But now she's actively on that side. I don't know what side of the brain, right? I always forget, right? Where she needs to help this man, Mr. Logic, align his thoughts, because he himself agreed earlier that you can bring the worst and the best out of people, but now he's saying, no, wait, that statement all by itself is conditional. As long as we're not talking about black women, right, then that may be true, but right now that's not true, right? But you can see Courtney sitting like, wait, I think I can help Mr. Logic. Let me try it one more time. Now you've put this beautiful lady in a position of masculine energy where she has to think for you. This happens all the time. It's neither right nor wrong. It's not an indictment. I'm just hiding some content so you can learn how to read these things when you see it play out. The way most people use the term masculine and feminine energy is wrong. Completely wrong. Okay, let's keep going. And I don't even like saying the word right and wrong, so I'm triggered now.
The women that you are seeing so masculine, that woman was masculine used because the energy that you was giving her was bringing out the worst, the most masculine. Because I believe what a man will shut the shit out of Kayla.
He do it all the time.
What?
She said he do all the time. She's saying, I have a man that brings the feminine energy out of me all the time. That doesn't mean shut up, by the way. It means she's comfortable to just be a woman. Okay. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Courtney, you kind of broke up. Say that last statement. You kind of broke
I
up.
said there is a man that will shut the shit out of Kayla.
That's a fact. Not every woman, most women, a typical woman has that guy who pulls that feminine energy out of her. If you're not that guy, you're just not that guy. It's not the end of the world. That's not an indictment. You just got to recognize if it happens to be a consistent thing. If every time you engage with another young lady, it's like the masculine energy, it's like it's consistent. That's just you. That's not the modern woman. That's just you. That's not to negate the fact that women absolutely can provide for themselves today. They don't need to submit to you just because you are a man. That's not how it works. It's just not how it works in 2022, right? And bitching and crying about that is definitely feminine energy. It makes it worse. You perpetuate what is already going on, all right?
Shake. You said shake.
Shake. Shut a mouth. Not
Shut their
not
mouth.
I know
physically.
exactly what
So
you
it
meant.
takes a certain
Right.
man to handle Kayla.
Well, I don't want to. I don't
can
know. What type
handle
of,
it.
I
He
don't
can
know if
handle
that's
it.
the
Yep.
case. But what I'm saying is that
Yeah. I think that's it right there. That's it right there. I have another one from the Lapeef Network coming up, so stay tuned.